the belief that Ruto will be a one-term president. And indeed it is history, because for the first time Kenya will have its one-term president, or in credible English, the president who will only serve one term. Hii mchakato huu utahusisha Wakenya wote kwa jumla. Ni mchakato wa kiteknolojia. Mkenya yeyote ambaye ana simu, Mkenya yeyote ambaye ana kompyuta, ama anamjua mtu ambaye ana simu au kompyuta, kwa sababu ni mchakato wa kiteknolojia, ana uwezo wa kumpigia kiongozi ambaye anamtaka awe mgombea kiti cha urais katika mrengo wa WANTAM. Kwa hivyo hatuendi kikata, hatuendi kieneo, hatuendi kikaunti, ni Kenya yote kwa jumla. Mchakato huu ni sawia na uchaguzi mkuu. Ni tofauti tu ni kwamba unafanywa kidijitali na sisi ambao ni wana WANTAM. This process will have two stages. Stage 1 is the digital voting from the 25th to the 26th of July, where Kenyans will cast their votes through the WANTAM digital election system, and the top 5 candidates will emerge in this process, who are available in this process in no particular order: Martha Karua, Boniface Mwangi, Rigathi Gachagua, Okia Omtata, Edwin Sifuna, George Wajakoya, Ruben Kigame, Kalonzo Musyoka, Ndindi Nyoro, Jimmy Wanjigi, George Natembea, Justin Muturi, Eugene Wamalwa, Willis Otieno, David Maraga, and Fred Matiang'i. The second stage will be the flag bearer debate. The top 5 candidates will be invited to a flag bearer debate, where they will stand before the Kenyan people and articulate their vision for Kenya's future. They will tell Kenyans what comes next, now that Ruto is indeed going to school. The third stage and the final stage, after the debate, these top 5 candidates will be subjected to another round, and indeed a final round of the voting, where Kenyans will emphatically make clear who their chosen flag bearer and presidential candidate will be. The call to action to all Kenyans. To all Kenyans who subscribe to the WANTAM movement vision. To all Kenyans who believe that our country deserves better. That our people who deserve better. That our future must be determined by us and not by the rogue regime. We call upon you now. Go to wantamcandidate.com. I will repeat. Go to wantamcandidate.com, and on the 25th and 26th of July, vote, 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 vote. Vote for a formidable candidate. Vote for someone who will take Kenya to the next level. Vote for someone who will restore integrity, dignity, and justice to our nation. For too long, Kenyan politicians and elites have decided our fate behind closed doors. For too long, the voice of the ordinary Kenyan has been drowned out by the whispers of the powerful. Those days are over. The WANTAM digital election system is the instrument through which we reclaim our power. It is the platform through which we assert that Kenya belongs to Kenyans. It is the mechanism through which we ensure that the next president of Kenya will be chosen not by politicians, but by the people. This is not a campaign launch. This is a democratic uprising. This is the moment when Kenya's political future is placed back into the hands of those to whom it rightfully belongs, the people. The WANTAM Advisory Committee stands ready to facilitate this historic exercise in participatory democracy. We are committed to ensuring that the process is transparent, secure, and accessible to all Kenyans, whether they are in Nairobi or in the diaspora, whether they are young, old, whether they are in the cities or in the villages. The platform is ready. The candidates are ready. The Kenyan people have always been ready. Now we wait for the people to speak. Thank you very much. That is the end of our speech.
Another question here. Right. This is a very new thing that we just started for Kenyans. We've never seen such a thing. How do you expect it to grow and to reach masses? And what do you think would be the response of Kenyans?
The best thing to answer that is not necessarily an answer that comes from me. It is an answer that comes from the Kenyans themselves. What we can do as a WANTAM Advisory Committee is to present the platform, to give Kenyans an opportunity to express their opinions and indeed their so-called decision. Yeah? How it grows from there, it is up to the Kenyans themselves. This is not an advisory committee issue. This is a Kenyan issue. This is a platform that indeed will be owned by all Kenyans. Tutajua wakati wa Kenya watatuambia kile ambacho wanataka.
Just before that, back to his question kidogo. The premise of your question presupposes ukisema kwao ni ile siasa ya zamani kwamba fulani ametoka Bungoma, mwingine ametoka mlima wa mlima akona. After 2024 and even in fact prior to that 2022, lazima Wakenya wawe na mwongozo katika katiba ya 2010 kwamba hakuna sasa makwao. Kama mimi nafanya kazi na huyu Mheshimiwa Francis, hata kusema kweli sijui hata kabla yake, because hapo na uwezo wa kujenga system na kucommunicate mawazo ya Wakenya na maoni yao. Therefore, mambo sasa kusema kwetu ni Machakos, natafuta Mkamba, hata nafanya kazi na huyu Jadiel Kabiro, I'm not sure if he's Meru or Kikuyu. So his question presupposes Sifuna ni hii na ule ni ile. Kwa hii universal suffrage kidijitali, kila mtu ako na hii mtama. Let people log in, mtu atafute kiongozi wake, ila asifikirie mimi ni Mjaluo, atakuwa aje Mjaluo atakuwa represent namna gani. And you in the media, your responsibility pia ni kueneza tutoke katika siasa ya kikwetu na kiukabila tuende katika siasa ya kiukenya. Na hii system ya WANTAM is looking for a leader because tunataka one leader from one side akutane na rogue leader wa rogue government. Wamenyane alafu Wakenya waamue. Asante.
Our job as an advisory committee is not to make sure that whoever wins here ends up being the one chosen in the boardroom. When Gen Zs were demonstrating on the streets, yeah, they were not necessarily sure that the finance bill was going to be rescinded. Yeah. They did what they did because it came from their hearts. And the leaders and the powers that be had to listen to people. Because the people's voice is supreme. Like we said in the statement, we will not prevent any other Kenyan from achieving their aspirations. But the WANTAM people and the Kenyan people will get what they want to be had. Woe unto you if you try to come up with a decision contrary to the one that has been made by the Kenyans themselves, and the Gen Zs have showed us the way. So our job as the committee is to present a platform for Kenyans to say what they want. We are not stopping anyone from going to any boardroom. Ukienda kwa boardroom hiyo ni yako. Ya Wakenya ni yao. Tuone ni akina nani ndio wengi.